Breathe easy the gathering gloom, and welcome to American Metal Magazine. We have another exclusive interview coming up next. Visit us on www.americanmagazine.com. Hey everybody, welcome to American Metal Magazine. And you got the dude here, and man, I've been kind of nervous about saying the name right because I've never had anybody say it to me. Is it Sardaukar?
Yeah, Sardaukar. Yep.
Sardaukar. Yeah, that's a really interesting name, man. So one of the first questions the dude has got is, where does that name come from?
So the name is honestly just from my complete nerdum. I'm like a Dune freak. So
Oh yeah, excellent, man. Hey, the dude loves some Doom, bro. Let me tell you, I played the crap out of that, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I've just been into it since I was like in high school, and I read the book, and I've just been like a sci-fi nerd ever since.
Oh, so there's a book about Doom and Sardaukar. What's the reference, I guess, of Sardaukar?
Yeah, so Dune it's like an old sci-fi novel. It was written like in the 60s or whatever. And it's, Frank Herbert's the author or whatever, but it's just like one of the like more famous staple sci-fi books. And so it's like this whole huge space opera, but
Wow.
Sardaukar is like in the book, the Empire's essentially like crack legion of like special forces. So
Cool, man. I love it, dude. I'm going to definitely have to check that out now, man, and see what that book's about, man. I love stuff like that. Science fiction when I was growing up was a big part of the stuff that I really got into, you know what I mean? And we were talking to somebody the other day about monster movies and stuff that used to come on. And those are great, Godzilla and stuff, man, back in the day. But anyway, tell me a little bit about the band, man. What's going on with you guys? First of all, where are you located at? Where's your...
Yeah, so we're located, I actually live in more toward like the villages in Florida, but the rest of the guys are all in Ocala. So, and I moved down here, I don't know, like about 6 months ago, and I'm from Michigan originally.
Yeah, all right. We're at in Michigan. Just give a shout out.
Yeah, Kalamazoo.
Kalamazoo, man. I'm from Michigan, man, and near that Kalamazoo area and Flint, Michigan. So.
Oh yeah, I'm well aware. Machine shop.
Yeah, that's cool, man. It's cold up there, but man, there's a lot of good music up there. So do you think that's been a big influence growing up in that scene up there?
Yeah, I started like almost everybody like in punk bands because I couldn't play my guitar that well, and then it progressed from there, and then later high school I got more into the metal scene, and I've been doing that ever since. So.
Hey, that's great, man. So how did you get a hold of the bandmates that you have? And now you mentioned you just got down here, so I'm assuming you guys are just getting together or just got together in the last, half a year or something like that?
Yeah, half a year, right when I got down here. So I was in a band up there, and I had written a lot of music. That band was metal, but it was more like singy vocals, not as extreme.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to do something heavier, and I had all these riffs, these songs that didn't work for that. And so when I came down here, I was like, I'm going to find a band that's down with doing some heavier stuff. And I just started going to local shows, and I met Eddie, our drummer.
Right.
And man, we just started, me and him jamming on the songs, and then slowly we recruited the rest of the guys. So.
Hey, well, congratulations. Getting people together to begin with that are going in the right direction is first of all a feat in itself. But it sounds like you guys have got some real momentum going, and the music's great. So, how's the scene going? Are you guys playing out right now?
No, so we're kind of doing it a little bit ass backwards here. So we're trying to get the album done before we actually start playing any shows, just so we actually have music out there for people to discover and
Right.
stuff, you know.
Oh, very important. And I know with you guys just coming on the scene, that's going to be really important, man. I would do the same thing myself if I had to do it over again. Get your material together, get your product down, and then that way, when you get out to the shows, you've got something to represent. And
Exactly.
that is really key. So I guess you guys now have a single, or is it an album coming up? There's something about a release that I heard about.
Yeah, so we have a single that's going to be our first single. It's going to be coming out on Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff. And that's going to be May. We're in May right now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so, man. Yeah.
May 20th. That's going to be released. It's a Tuesday.
Oh, right. Well, that's
And
10
then it
days from
should be
now, so that's great.
Yeah, yeah. In a couple weeks after that, hopefully the second one will come out, and then the album, I'm hoping, will be out within the month after those two singles are released. So
Wow, it sounds like you guys have really been hitting it hard in the studio, man. That's a
yeah, we
feat,
have. I
man.
haven't gotten a lot of sleep, so
That's great, man. Just you got to pour it on, man. Especially when it's happening, when you've got it going your way. Just get in the studio and hammer it out, man. And beautiful things will happen. Well, I know that I'm excited about hearing the new song and the new album. I guess we got a release party that's going to happen for you guys at Bo Nasty's Metal. Maybe is that right? Or
yes,
yeah.
sir. That's what Spaz, our bass player, has been telling me. He's the one with the connection there, so he's like, yeah, we got this music listening party thing, so we're super stoked on that.
Yeah, so that's good. The interview is going to air, I think, at that time, and probably other times as well. They'll repeat it, but that's great, man. So I hope you guys the best of luck on that coming up release, man. It's really exciting. Remember to pick this band up on Spotify. I'm telling you, you won't regret it. These guys are a real deal. So what's next for the band, man? Past the album, you're gonna have you thought about touring? I know you guys are just really getting together, but is a big tour something that you're looking to do in the future?
Yeah, I think all of our goals is to just, play the best shows we can with bands that we really like. I mean, I would love to get on, opening for some other national band on a tour,
Yeah,
or even getting
right.
to play some cool festivals would be really rad, and we'd be stoked on that. Our buddies in Killing Addiction, Eddie's good friends with those guys. I've become fast friends with them since
Yeah.
moving down here.
Yeah.
They just did a European tour, so we're kind of talking to them about how to facilitate all that stuff. So
Right.
that's the goal.
Excellent, man. Well, I think you guys are going to do great. It's the scene here in Central Florida and really other parts of the entire world, man. I just was talking to a guy from Australia, and heavy metal, man. It's really sinking its teeth in out there in their shows, and I can't wait to see you guys perform. So I guess that's why I'm asking so much what's going on, with getting out. Because there's really a lot of great venues. You're from up north, but down here there are really a lot of clubs like the Brass Mug or Punk Rock Pizza. Punk Rock Pizza is just a great place. I think you guys are going to go there.
That sounds like a great place.
Yeah, it is, man. Well, it's good food too. The dude loves food, man. So I went in there, got some pizza the other day, and it was just awesome, man. And listened to some rock and roll, and it's just a great little club, man. It's really a great little scene down there. That little strip in Daytona is just fantastic. Really,
That's right.
it's coming alive. So you guys are going to get a chance to, I'm sure, get out there and rock it, man.
Yeah, that's the hope. We want to. I mean, we're definitely planning on hitting it hard as soon as the music is out. We're going to be playing a lot of shows. That's the goal. So
Excellent. Well, I think a big part of any success with bands today really is getting your media together like you have and getting it out on social media. Have you thought a lot about social media? Are you guys working towards anything? You mentioned Spotify. I'm assuming you got a Facebook and everything out there as well.
yeah, so that's all kind of coordinated together. So
Yeah.
before that single releases, our Facebook will be live, Instagram. We're gonna have a TikTok. We're gonna have the whole thing, man. If I've learned anything from being in bands all these years, it's just media is everything. Especially now. It's
100%.
just you
Yeah.
gotta have your face out on everything. So
Absolutely. Yep. Well, we're going to put you guys on the spot on the magazine because we love independent bands. If you're an independent band out there, please hit us up, register your band with American Metal Magazine. We're working with some great DJs that are getting some traction for these bands, getting unbelievable amounts of listeners out there. And so you guys are getting some exposure. So that's just great stuff for you, man. Congratulations on all of that. So.
Oh, thanks, man. We really appreciate the attention and opportunity, honestly, man.
Excellent, man. Excellent. Well, so let's dive a little deeper, man, into where you come from as a band. And I know Michigan, and dude, always ask this, but I think it's key, man. What were those influences that you had when you were just starting out, or what really drove you and said, man, you know what? Man, I want to get on stage and I want to grab a guitar and I want to rock, So what was the bands or somebody? Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. So I think early in my musical journey, it was like I had said, punk rock. It was a lot of like Dead Kennedys, Agent Orange, like just all that cool fucking early punk stuff.
Yeah.
I was into that. When it kind of turned metal, honestly, it's probably like, I would say like Mastodon, like Leviathan was the first album, like metal album that I heard that I went, gosh, that's rad.
Yeah, you're like, right, to feel the power. Right.
And then I started getting more into the heavier side of things, and being from Michigan, we actually, I got the chance to play with like Black Dahlia Murder, open for them before they were like cool. A big band.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, this band is so cool, the music's so cool. So they were a big influence on my early metal coming up, as it were.
That's great.
For sure.
Yeah, man, that's great. And I really love listening to what motivates guys, and it's always a little bit different, man. But I think the thing that I like about metal is it's just the power, it's the energy. It's just, it's a lot different than a lot of other music. It's just more emotion, man, and that's what I see.
It's a lot of raw emotion for sure.
And I love it, man. It's nothing like it. So let me ask you this now. So what the long-term goal, man? Where would you like to go with this, man? I know everybody's got a little bit of a different opinion, but what do you think the high road is for the band? Where do you see yourself going?
Sure. I guess for me, because I don't want to speak for all the other guys, because everybody's got their own opinions and views on stuff.
Right.
I think for me, I don't know, I don't have any necessarily rock star delusions. I feel like those days are kind of long gone.
Right.
But as far as like what I want, I just want as many people as possible to hear it. I want my little like stone in the bucket of music, you know what I mean? And I would be really stoked if we could just get on some bigger festivals.
Yeah.
Like I said, maybe play with some like national bands that are bigger than us, but not necessarily like, not Metallica or Mastodon or something, but even just, getting on a show with some mid-level national bands would be awesome. And then whatever comes. But I've learned early on to not, a man who expects nothing is never disappointed.
Hey, I love it. Right. That's good advice, man. I think I've come to live by that, man. I just realized that. Thank you. You enlightened me, man. So, well, that's awesome though, bro. I mean, what do you think that you guys need the most right now? What is the thing? I know money, man, that's an easy one, but is there something else, man, that you guys are trying to get to that you feel like you could really use right now?
Yeah, honestly, I just think the chance to be heard by a wide group of people. It's so easy to just get caught treading water in the local scene. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, right.
And so, we're just looking for any opportunity for a wider audience to hear what we're doing. And I think, if the music's what I hope it is, the rest should take care of itself.
Absolutely, man. Right. That's a great attitude, man. Exactly. And that's the way I think you should approach it, man. And I think you're going to find success because the music's great. If you haven't checked these guys out, visit American Metal Magazine. Check out the links that we have, and you can go and you can play their videos and you can play their music when it's posted, and just find out about this great band. And see where they're going, and give them a chance. Listen to them. You're going to be surprised. You know, it's like a lot of other bands out there. You just wouldn't believe it. You know, I remember when I started to listen to bands like yours and other bands, I just thought to myself, man, this is like it was back when I was 18, 19 years old. And the music really started to mean something. And that's what we got with bands like this. So I appreciate you and your bandmates and the effort that you've done here. It's
Thanks, man.
Hey, you're
I appreciate
welcome.
that. Yeah.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Well, this part of, you have any shout outs? Anybody that you want to talk to or think, or just say, hey, thanks for helping us, or anybody like that you'd like to shout out with?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Just honestly, all the dudes in Killing Addiction, they're the more established, local band in our area, and they have been super fucking cool to us, super helpful.
That's
Chris
good.
Wickline especially has
Right.
just given us so much advice on how to essentially tackle the releasing of our music and everything. It's super rad. Other huge thank, to my wife, who has honestly also helped with a
Hey,
lot of social media
right.
stuff, a lot of that,
Give it
listening
to the
my
ladies,
music,
boys. Right.
does this sound good? Does this not sound good? And just my bandmates, man. They've been awesome. Tony, Eddie, and Alex, and they've committed so much time to this, more than I would ever expect for nothing at this point. So it's awesome.
Well, you seem like a great guy, and I think that having a good attitude, man, like you have, really attracts good musicians, good people. Obviously, a good wife, man, and a good life. So, but that is so important, and that's all part about being in a band family, and that's a good thing if people experience that, man. It's the closeness that you have with your band brothers, and what that means, the music means to them, and then you find success, and it's just wonderful, man. It's a great experience, and I think you guys are well on your way. I had one more question. I wanted to find out. I was going to ask this earlier. What is that scene like up in Michigan before you left, man? What's going on up there?
Yeah, so it kind of, Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids, that's like the city a little bit north of Kalamazoo, are very intertwined.
Yes.
Dude, the scene there is honestly rad. Like,
Yeah.
there's some of the best bands I've
Right.
ever played with, ever
Yeah.
heard up there. It's really cool. It's a good scene.
Man, have you ever heard of Sarah Halter and Altered States? Those names? I know they're in that area up there.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know those guys?
I've heard the name, definitely.
Yeah, man.
No.
They're in that whole scene up there as well. And it's just amazing, man. The sounds are a little different. Down here, I think you get, I don't know why, but you seem to get a little southern down here. I don't know why.
The metal up there is a little more, generally speaking here, obviously, speaking
Yeah,
in generalities, but the metal up there tends to be a bit more proggy,
Yeah,
which is
right.
kind of more the scene I was in. Down
Yeah.
here, it feels a little more extreme, which was perfect for me with the recent stuff I've been writing. So,
Right.
but both rad, man, both rad scenes, and different, but good.
That's awesome, Charlie. Well, hey, everybody, this has been Dave here with American Metal Magazine, the dude, and talking to Charlie Cook, who's the guitarist, and I want to get the rest of the guys, and let me get the names right if I can. I'll try. This one's tricky. Tony Sferlaza?
Yeah, we just call him Spaz.
Spaz. Okay, man. Thank you. God, thanks. Big save there. He's on the bass and the bass guitar, and he does some keyboard work. And then you have Eddie Sazani with
Yep.
drums.
Zany for short.
Zany, man. You guys are good to come up with those nicknames,
Yeah,
man.
you
The
got
dude
to.
is easy. I got it made, man. When I think about it, Alex DeLilio and vocals.
There you go.
Is
Nailed
that
it.
it? Yeah, that's perfect, man. I almost got it right, man. It's hard, man. It's really hard on this side of the mic to get it right, man. You don't know the pressure.
I can imagine.
The pressure.
I'm the guy with the super plain normal ass name in the band. So
Right, exactly, man. That's why I'm glad that I'm talking to you, Charlie. I can't screw that up, man. But anyway, hey, brother, it's been a great time. Thanks for being on the show, man. And again, we got a lot of release dates coming up for these guys. They're going to be out at some of these festivals and playing out, so you got to get out and check it out. Follow them on Facebook, friend them, and give these guys a chance. Like Charlie said, man, you're not going to regret it. It's because these guys are the real deal. So again, thanks a lot, and we appreciate you having you here on the magazine, Charlie.
Awesome. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate you.
You're welcome, man. Again, everybody, thanks for tuning in. This is American Metal Magazine, and let's keep on rocking.
The crowd roars, they want more, and we'll give them what they ask for. The lion's den, we're condemned in a war versus man and beast. The victory brought to me a congratulatory feast. Look at the sky, ready to die.
You can listen to this and other interviews exclusively on AmericanMetalMagazine.com. Check it out today for the latest and greatest. Subscribe to become a member and supporter for your local music scene. Only at AmericanMetalMagazine.com.